I had a couple of requests to see how the fingertip controls work. So I'm in my Honda Civic Type R. This is the FN2 model, so the one with the triangular exhausts, for people that don't know which one that is. It's a 2010 car. Deep sapphire blue pearl is the colour, which is quite a rare colour, as they only made it for the sort of the last 6 months to a year of production, so there wasn't many spec'd in this colour. So I've fitted a Pioneer SPA DH 120 head unit. I wanted this for the Apple CarPlay. Previously I had the Kenwood DNN 9150 head unit, which was about £950, which did have everything: integrated sat nav, obviously GPS, television, DAB radio, but in my personal opinion it was terrible. It took on average 35 seconds after turning the car on before it actually became functional. It often crashed. You plug your phone in, it would turn itself off. I took it back, bought a second one. Again, this had the same issues, and eventually just thought, it's not worth it. Let's just get a very simple head unit, and that's what led me to this Pioneer system. So as I say, this is the SPA DH120, which is effectively an entry-level model. This is an Apple CarPlay model, which was something I thought was useful. The Kenwood system I had previously, which is 3 times the cost, was useless in comparison to this. So let's turn it on. Car's beeping at me because I haven't got my seatbelt on. I have integrated this using obviously the correct fingertip control wires, so the screen up here still works and these fingertip controls still work. So it just loads up. It will remember the last thing you used. So the last thing I used was Capital Radio, which just outside Portsmouth is the local radio station. So it do work, and as does this screen. So if I turn the air conditioning on, you can see that it still does display. And again, if I do the intensity of the blower, it does still all display on the screen up top. Before you change the numbers, obviously the date and the time on the screen, on the actual head unit itself when it was a CD player, but now this is on these fingertip controls. So if you press and hold the mode button, you can enter into the setup. You can change it with the channel plus and go to the next digit with volume. So press and hold mode comes back out of that. This was obviously a sort of imperative when I got this head unit. I wanted everything to still work. I did this once when I had a Clio 182, and the fingertip controls I could never get to work, even with the correct wire, and it really did frustrate me. But at least now it all works. It all looks standard. As you can see, this is a Honda factory part, so the texture and the colour might not look the same, but it is the same. It's just due to the lighting in the car, because I've got my drying towel on the windscreen. But it all does look absolutely factory standard. Sorry, it needs a clean in here. Obviously I bought this head unit because it's the CarPlay system. You can display your apps on the phone. That does require you to plug your phone in. But as you can see, the volume controls do work, which is a big plus point for me. The channel plus, while on the radio, just does the frequency. When you're on iPod mode, or when you've got your phone on Bluetooth, it does display, it does change the track up and down. I can't, and a mode will change between the different modes that you've got on here. So press the home button between radio, Bluetooth. You've also got an HDMI, which I've only recently found out. I've had this system in about 6 months now, but I have got HDMI, which, if I can dig it out, you do need to run an HDMI cable to and an HDMI to Lightning connector. That will only do video, so you have to run a second Lightning connector into the head unit itself as well, and that will display, you can display anything you like. So if you want to use BBC iPlayer, YouTube, whatever you may want in your car, Pornhub, I don't know. There's options for that, but it does display video and sound through the head unit, and it's a decent screen. What you can't do is you can't navigate through videos on your screen. You've got to do everything controlled through your phone, so it's a mirroring screen. But yeah, it's a fantastic unit. It's quite slick. I like the fact that these are touch controlled buttons. There's no actual buttons on the unit itself. So you've got the mode, you've got a home screen, displays what you're looking at. There's obviously different AV sources. There's lots of settings involved with this as well. You can change all the colours, you can make it meet your factory lighting. And that's it. It sounds like my mate's just turned up in his JCW Mini with a Miltech system. So if you can't hear me, it's because of that. Please comment or subscribe if you want any further videos on this or my car. Please just let me know.